Mark Rogers TV on the SEC championship game, and you talk about a game going as scripted. Alabama defeats Florida 29-15, and if you look at the numbers, it's pretty much what we expected this to be. Two great defenses, one decent offense with a soon-to-be Heisman Trophy winning running back against a horrible offense with a pretty bad backup quarterback. That's what it turned out to be, and the stats reflected it. Bama had 25 first downs, Florida 7. Bama kept the ball for almost 44 minutes. Florida had it for 16 plus minutes. Bama outgained the Gators 437-180. Two big pass plays by Treon Harris downfield really accounted for the entire Florida offense outside of the punt return. Florida only ran 35 plays in the entire game. Alabama ran close to 90. I think they actually eclipsed the 90 mark. So this one set up again as Florida's defense trying to create plays and points on defense. They stopped Derrick Henry for much of the first half. Henry had 19 carries for 65. Antonio Callaway, we talked about it during the week. He needed to make a big play in special teams for the Gators, and he did. An 85-yard punt return. Made it 7-2, gave the Gators a little life, a little hope there. But this defense couldn't hold the dam for the entire game. Derrick Henry started to get some positive yardage in the third quarter. He never sprung loose, really. His longest gain until really late in the game was 9 yards against this really good Florida defense. He finished with 44 carries. That's coming off the 46 in the Iron Bowl, 46 for 189. But again, really didn't get loose, but he's on his way to a Heisman Trophy with almost 2,000 yards rushing, an SEC record. Jay Coker did what he had to do, very efficient in this one. No interceptions, 18 of 26 for 204, threw the rocket to Richard Mullaney for the touchdown pass. That was an impressive throw in the seam for the touchdown, and also Ardarius Stewart with a tremendous catch with 3 Gators surrounding him in the end zone. Florida came out. They tried to do everything they possibly could to create a ground game. They could not until Treon Harris gained 23 late in the game on one rush. At one point, Florida had 18 carries for a -3. That includes sacks, of course, but it points to Alabama's front seven really containing Florida, the Florida Gators ground game. Coker almost threw 2 picks, but his receivers did a nice job in breaking up those plays. 46 yards downfield to Callaway early in the game. Florida could have gotten on the board when they were down 2-0 due to the blocked punt, but they went for it, or failed to go for it. Should have went for it on a 4th and 5 at the 22 for Alabama. They've got no kicking game. They've got the worst percentage in the NCAA, but they went for the field goal. It got blocked. That was the type play that Florida needed to go for it in plus territory at the Alabama 22. The defense would have been in good shape had they not gotten the first down. So again, it goes to script in this one with Bama's defense going up against Florida's defense. The ground game too much for Alabama, wore down the Florida Gators in the fourth quarter. Bama wins at 29-15. It's on to the college football playoffs. There's all sorts of candidates in regards to who Bama could face. Florida with a decent season and certainly a reclamation project under Jim McElwain. Credit the Gators in finishing 9-3. Need to hear from you now on Mark Rogers TV.